The forgotten healing arts of ancient Egypt. Did you know that in ancient Egypt, healing was not just the job of priests and pharaohs? It was everybody's responsibility. Every village had its own healer, and every home had its own medicine cabinet. Egyptians believed that illness was caused by an imbalance of the four humors, which they believed all humans had. These were the same beliefs held by Greek and Roman physicians for centuries to come. And it was only in the Middle Ages that these ideas were finally discarded, only to be revived again in the 18th century. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Egyptians kept their medicines and tools in a special chest like this one, which contains some very interesting items. Many of these are still used in modern medicine, such as this surgical saw and forceps. Egyptians practiced a form of acupuncture by inserting thin metal needles into the body. They also used a technique called moxibustion, where they burned dried herbs near the body to produce a therapeutic warmth. Some tools were more exotic, like this silver scarab amulet, which was used to treat eye ailments. And here's a copper eyelid retractor, which looks like something out of a horror movie. But these amulets and retractors were not just used for treatment, they were also used for prevention. Egyptians believed that illness could be caused by evil spirits or even a curse. So they wore protective amulets to keep evil spirits away. One of the most popular amulets was the Eye of Horus, which was believed to protect against all kinds of evil. They even had their own version of a placebo pill, which they called a charm. These were small pieces of paper or wood that were inscribed with protective symbols and then burned. The smoke from the burning charms was believed to have healing properties. Egyptians also believed that the gods could heal the sick. So they built huge temples like this one at Karnak dedicated to the god of healing. Priests would perform rituals and offer sacrifices to the god in order to cure the sick. Sometimes they even built shrines inside of tombs to ensure that the deceased would be healed in the afterlife. Egyptians kept detailed records of their healing practices, which they wrote down on papyrus. These records showed that they were very knowledgeable about the human body and its ailments. They also had a surprisingly modern understanding of hygiene. They knew that washing your hands before surgery could prevent infections, and they even developed a type of soap. Unfortunately, much of this knowledge was lost over time. When the Egyptian civilization collapsed, much of their knowledge was either forgotten or destroyed. But what didn't get destroyed was the stories of miraculous cures performed by priests and pharaohs. And those stories lived on in the minds of the people long after the Egyptian civilization had fallen. So even today, people still talk about the healing powers of the pharaohs, but no one really knows how they did it.